What's up, people? It's Scorch here, coming at you with another ROCO video. Today, we're going to be doing a updated rogue tier list. I have all 14 rogues here, including the new rogue Dahlia, and we're going to go ahead and rank them from worst to best. Make sure to put your top 5 rogues down in the comment section so I kind of get an idea what the community thinks, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to skip the D tier this time. But the first time I did this, I put Lancer down there, and I had a lot of people agree with me, a lot of people disagree, but I have come to respect Lancer a little bit more, and she's gotten a couple of buffs, so I'm going to go ahead and move her up a little bit. But let's start with the C tier, and we're going to go ahead, and I know this is going to be something people don't like, but we're going to go ahead and put Phantom right here. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're hitting headshots with Phantom, Phantom's an S tier hero. But Phantom is probably the rogue with the highest skill ceiling, right? It's her and then Glitch, in my opinion. If you are not good with Phantom, if you do not know your positioning, if you cannot hit the headshots, if you cannot, finish people off, then Phantom is one of the more useless rogues in this game right now. A bad Phantom can definitely sandbag a team. Now, the second hero that I'm going to go ahead and put into the C tier is going to be Anvil. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad at this. Anvil has gotten a nerf with his maw. His maw is what made him so very dangerous when he first was like introduced to the game. Now that they've kind of nerfed that, he's not quite as good. And now that people understand how to play around Anvil's shield, I don't think he's as great of a defender as he used to be. Now, with that being said, Anvil isn't a bad defender. He's not a bad rogue, but ranking wise, I don't think that he's up in the B/A tier anymore. I will put him down. Now, as we move over here to the B tier, because that's all I have for the C tier right now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start the B tier off with Phantom. Now, Phantom is a very strong rogue, but she's mostly meant for like pub stomping. If you run into a team that has any type of communication and have been playing the game for a while, Phantom becomes significantly less effective, especially there's still a lot of Phantoms just running around trying to get that flank. And when people know that flank is coming, it makes it really hard for the team to recover when it's a 3v4. So while Phantom is good, she got the shotgun buff. I mean, she has elusive, right, where she can get in there, reload, keep on shooting. Good rogue. But she's better for pub stomping, not so much playing the objective. So in arena or competitive, we'll see how she actually does. So the next rogue that I have for the B tier here is going to be Chaac. Chaac is a solid rogue all in all, right? Chaac has the ability to res himself. He can roll when he's on the ground. He has the Skull 6, which is his shotgun that can one shot. He also has his SMG, which is a solid SMG overall. It's not the best one in the game, but it's definitely a solid gun. Now, he has a couple of flaws, like the fact that he has to charge up his little overhill thing and he can't do anything while doing that. If you do that at the wrong time, that's just free shots. And it's hard to really get that res off when you're playing against competent players. So not a bad rogue. He's another one of those that are meant for like pub stomping, I feel, more than like high competitive type play. But we'll see when actual arena comes out. Now, the next rogue that I'm going to go ahead and put in the B tier is going to be this chick right here, Scorch. Now, a lot of people probably think that she's S tier. She is not. Overheat makes her very dangerous for 10 seconds. It used to be 15, but they went ahead and nerfed her, so it's 10 seconds. And if you pop this at the wrong time, you can easily waste that whole cooldown. Secondly, people are getting better at just understanding that they can use cover. You don't have to stand and try to outgun freaking Scorch. So as people are getting better at the game, understanding her ability and how to actually get away from it, she's becoming less and less effective. So eventually she might even be C tier. But I put her B because she does have the potential to deal some massive damage to a team. She just isn't consistent. The last rogue that I'm going to put in the B tier is going to be my girl Vi. Now, don't get me wrong. Vi is a great rogue. She has the Nightshade, which is a great AR. It almost shoots like an SMG, really. Very fast firing, decent damage. Her shotgun, they buffed it, so it's decent. I still don't really rock it that much. Decent gun, though. But her ability, especially when you're not playing on defense, it just isn't even that great. And even on defense, sometimes if you mess it up and you don't get it like in that right spot, it's not really working as a deterrent. And sometimes people will just run right through it. And if your team isn't set up to actually defend, it can really not be a real issue for the enemy team. With that being said, in certain situations, being able to tick down a lot of people's health, right, take away their maximum health, can be beneficial. But she's not consistent, I guess, is the thing that brings her to the B tier. Now, if we were just talking about defense, I will move her up to A for sure. Now, moving on to the A tier, we have a couple of heroes here, or rogues, I should say. We're going to start off with my boy Dallas. I used to have Dallas as S tier. I moved him down to A, and the reason is basically the devotion is one of his weapons, right? And then he has the harem, which is his AR. The devotion is a good weapon, but it's still too slow firing. And in most gunfights, unless you're like very good at like peak shooting, you're probably going to get outgunned. And his ability is great, right? You can find people wherever they are on the map, or at least a single person wherever they are on the map. But if you're not getting another down, that ability is gone, right? So in certain games, your Dallas might only be able to pick up one person. So I put him down here because he has less vision than Talon. I actually had him and Talon swap. I'm actually moving Talon up to the S tier. So Dallas, a solid rogue. Definitely A tier rogue, but he's not S tier anymore. Next up, I'm going to put my boy Saint down here in the A tier. I think Saint is a solid rogue. One of the best ones in the game. The fact that they fixed his drone glitch as well makes him so much more powerful. Being able to res anybody from anywhere on the map is great, but considering that they can just shoot your drone, it doesn't make it very realistically when playing against better people that you're going to get that res off from a distance. Saint is at his best when he can res somebody that's like in his eyesight, right? So that he can put that suppressing fire down and harass that team so they can't go finish that kill. So great rogue, great ability, definitely A tier. Now, the next rogue that I'm going to put in the A tier here is going to be my boy Trench. Now, after Trench got his barbed wire buff, I think he's definitely A tier. Trench used to make it, or it used to be where Trench's barbed wire would slow down everybody, so teammates and enemies alike. Now that it only slows down enemies, this makes it so much more convenient for people to actually be able to use and work around his barbed wire. Plus, he has some of the best guns in the game. I'm going to focus on his DMR, the MXR. That gun hits so hard, 36 to the body, 48 to the head. He can hold down points so well. He has the defense systems. He has the tear gas grenades, heavy damage. He's one of the best defenders in the game right now. I put him above Vi. I put him above Anvil for sure. Trench is just a straight savage. Now, the last rogue that I'm going to put here in the A tier is actually going to be Glitch. Now, Glitch used to be S tier for me, but since they still haven't fixed the way his hack works, I'm going to go ahead and bring him down to A, and I'm going to hope that they fix this moving forward because his hack still doesn't take care of getting rid of like Lancer's ability, her quick and quiet, or Scorch's overheat. So once they fix that, once he can shut down those abilities, I'll move him back to S tier. But having a good glitch on the team can definitely be game changing because he's the rogue that's going to get in there and he can interrupt their abilities, right? He can stop them from doing their abilities. And he has a decent kit, right? The flashbangs, the skull 6. If you're defending the point or even pitching in, Glitch is a solid rogue to have on your team. And if you're in comms, being able to actually see where the enemy equipments are, I mean, it is a big thing as well. Just having more vision, having more comms, Glitch is a solid choice. Now, the last rogues here are all going to be my S tier choices. We're going to start off with my boy Talon. Now, Talon has the best vision in the game, in my opinion. His radar dart, I didn't respect it at first, but now that I've learned how to use him more effectively, my chat has taught me how to use him more effectively. Being able to throw your radar to one side of the map, get a read for who's there, pull it back with mag glove, throw it somewhere else, get a beat. You're basically just fishing and seeing where the enemies are coming from, right? Whereas Dallas can only snap his fingers at one time and see people, and then he can't do it again until he gets it down. Talon, as long as they don't destroy your actual radar, which you shouldn't be throwing in a place where they can, you have so much vision and so much intel that you can give to your team. And as I said, mag glove, been able to pull back your C4, been able to grab things off the ground like enemy grenades when you down them. It can be very helpful and it catches the team off guard. Not to mention being able to grab the bomb and throw your C4 on it like when you're planting. Talon has so many benefits, and he has the Deadeye, and his SMG is pretty good as well. If you don't know, his DMR is a 2-shot headshot. Super big damage. So definitely check out Talon if you haven't played him already. Next up, we're going to throw my girl Ronin. Ronin is pound for pound one of the best rogues in the game. She always has been. She probably always will be, even when there's 25 rogues in the game, right? Her ballistic knife is just so nasty, right? You hit somebody directly with it, automatic down. You can put it on walls, put it on floor, block door entrances. Even if they don't walk into it, they have to at least get rid of it. And by destroying it, you now know where they are, right? So she has so much utility in that way. The fact that she can't be revealed on the map is another thing as well. Giving the enemy less information is always good. Ronin, pound for pound, great rogue. Then if you take her SMG, which is good. Her SMG is very good. One of the fastest SMGs in the game. Only Dahlia beats her now. but also the KA-30, which is the best AR in the game in my opinion. Just shreds people down. Ronin, if you haven't tried her, one of the better rogues in the game. Next up here, we have my boy Dima. Dima has the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher I've seen many times just take down whole squads. But even if it doesn't kill everybody on the enemy team, it definitely scatters them. It definitely makes them think about which ways they're going to go, right? Because they see that grenade hit, they're definitely turning around, getting gone. Secondly, he also has the KA-30 and the Mamba, two of the best guns in the game. The Mamba is the burst DMR, 2-shot headshot if you're within range. It's so nasty. And then the KA-30, as I just said with Ronin, definitely one of the best AR in the game. Now, on top of that as well, Dima has grenades, he has life drain, and he has replenish. The life drain allows you to get health back as you're downing people. Replenish allows you to get your ammo back. The only other person that has those combination of perks is Chaac. Dima is like the ultimate slayer that actually can be played very tactically. Great rogue, arguably pound for pound one of, if not the best rogue in the game overall. I mean, that's debatable though. Last rogue here is our new girl, Dahlia. I went ahead and put her in the S tier. Dahlia has the fastest SMG in the game. This thing is a shredder. It has no recoil pretty much, so you can be beaming people from across the map. Now, you're probably going to be hitting them for 7 body damage, but the fact that you can pepper people from that range with the SMG is so nasty and so great for harassing. She has Trenches DMR, which, as I said before, 48 to the head, 36 to the body, big damage, super oppressive. Now, also, looking at her abilities, the fact that she has Danger Close Revive, she's able to res people who are the person that she is linked to. And if you link to somebody like Dallas and, you know, activate that buddy system, right? Whenever you down somebody, you get your ability back. So you and Dallas can go play super aggressive. When he goes down, you get him right back up, covering fire so that they can't finish him. It's so powerful. I had so many good games with that combination, but you can also link her with anybody else who you kind of like their passive or their playstyle. Lancer, Phantom, whoever the case may be, or Saint. It's so many possibilities for this, and they most of them are pretty nasty. Now, to end this off as well, why I think that she's a S tier hero is she has a lifeline. Lifeline allows her to heal people super quickly, and not only that, but they start to regenerate their health immediately. Very powerful, very game changing, and it makes the enemy team have to play more aggressively, or they're never really going to get people down, or it's going to be significantly harder to get people down. So people, this is my tier list. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with it. If you don't agree with it, let me know how you would rank people. Like, who would be your S tier? Who would be your A tier? Let me know. I want to know who you think are the top people in the game right now. If you haven't made, or if you haven't done so already, make sure to send some video clips of you know, slaying out. I have a link down in the description. Just fill out the form, send it in. I'm going to be working on getting the compilation going this weekend. I'm going to have it on a stream, just showing everybody's highlights. Hopefully I'll get a couple of hours worth of footage so people can come in and kind of just see people in the community slaying out. I promise to try to highlight everybody who submits a video, put your name in big bold letters, you know, as the clip comes on and all that. I just want to get the word out on this game, especially now that it's free to play. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, consider using my supporter creator code in the Epic Store, link in the description, or of course drop a like, subscribe for more ROCO content, and we will see you tomorrow with another video. Thank you all for hanging out. This is of course. Peace, 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 peace.